What's good?
What's goody, man?
What's up,
Hey,
fam?
man. What up?
Just talk. We're just talking about this Questlove shit, diss tracks, just hip hop in general, man.
That nigga wildin'. I don't know. I don't understand what he was listening to, man.
Fucking
The
cornball.
disrespect for Tupac is just crazy. Like you see how these niggas come out now and then just say shit about Pac when he's not here. But with
Right,
'95, he wasn't saying that shit.
right, exactly.
When Hit 'Em Up came out, nobody was saying, "Oh, this sound like a smooth jazz track." Who the fuck says that? I don't get it. You know,
Yeah,
there's nothing about that diss song that screams smooth jazz. I'm like, and this is a guy that's in a hip hop jazz band. You would think he would know better.
Right.
I feel like he just want that clout, and for what? It's like you don't need to say stupid shit like that, Quest.
Like go
but
go to Jimmy Fallon for all that fucking clout, nigga.
yeah, I don't
Wow.
get it. I mean, hip hop is based off of samples. I
Right,
mean, Pac used the sample. Okay, like what's
right.
I don't get the problem. What's the issue?
Junior Mafia used it for the Get Money remix. That wasn't
Right.
no smooth jazz track. The original record, the Dennis Edwards record with Sahita Garrett, that's not a smooth jazz track.
No.
Alcoholics use it for damn.
Right. So I don't understand like where he coming from with this. Like I really don't understand some of these cats.
Just stick to your Afro Sheen drums and leave us the hell
You
alone,
know,
man.
can we get a new Roots album that's actually good? When we getting that? It's been a long time since I could say like, yo, I like this Roots album. You know,
Hell, give us a
can we get a
Soprano.
Black Thought album, another Black Thought solo album that's good?
I
When
mean,
when we getting that?
I mean, I
He
don't
worried
fuck.
about pop.
I don't fuck with Drake, but maybe Drake should have said that line to Questlove instead of Metro Boom. Make some drums, nigga.
Drake, right?
PBL Drizzy.
Play some drums. Stop capping. Play some drums. That's what you do best. You know, I
Never
like the Drake last Drake diss song, the Heart Part Six. I think that's the strongest diss track to Kendrick.
you
But
wild.
Drake lost the battle. Let's be real about that. We all knew that was gonna happen. It's not a surprise. You
I
know.
thought I thought I thought that last response Drake did was tough when I first heard it, and then
Uh-huh.
I thought about it because when I first heard it, I'm like, oh, he set Kendrick up. I'm like
Right.
that's a dope, smart, strategy or whatever.
Right.
But then after sitting back and listening to it again, and I'm like, you know what, this is I don't know, man. It kind of sounds like he trying to cop a
Wave,
plea or some shit like that.
wave the white flag. That's what I say. Wave the white
Yeah,
flag. Cause ain't nothing there on ain't none of them Drake disses touching Meet the Gram, 616, Euphoria. Not like well,
What
Family Matters
you
was
should you
okay.
should have did what J Cole did and just bow out. 'Cause, you know.
because when you look at it, it's like okay, his response to the being a
Right.
pedophile, but it's like, oh, you used to get molested when you was a kid. Like, oh, that's your response, bro.
Like
that's
what
your
kind of
res- that's your response to you being accused of being a pedophile. That's crazy. So that's why I was like, you know what? I don't know if I could.
Yeah.
I can't rock with this song.
I say lock him academically. I say
Right.
lock all the pedophiles up at this point.
Facts.
Like all the pedophiles up at this point. That's
Lock
what I
all
say.
them up.
Dan Schneider,
Right.
Puffy, Stevie J, lock all them pedophiles up.
Right.
Hell. R. Kelly's throwing the whole concert in jail. Let all them motherfuckers be up in there, bitch. Shit. Mm. Rap City dropped her new album tomorrow. I can't wait for that.
Yes, sir.
It's been years. I was like, yeah, we need that. I'm tired of Glorilla and Saweetie and all these girls and shit.
I'm glad that she's getting in her like songwriting bag as far as which that's what she said this album is gonna be. It's just like she said that she knows she's nice and everybody knows she's nice and can rap, but now she wanna make songs. So, like she wanna make like real, classic, long lasting songs. So I'm interested in to hear that because I do like the song with Erykah Badu she got right now.
That is fire. I love that record, yo.
Yeah.
That shit is fire. I kind of felt like she kind of stepped in the songwriting bag with Eve, low key. Like she was giving some traces.
Mm.
Christian said he.
Christian said.
What is there to get, Christian? I don't know. What is there to get? The man don't like blood soul. That's
I
his
never
name.
said I hate. Oh wait, you said the term blue eyes soul. I never said I did not like blue eyes soul. I just said I don't like the term blue eyes soul. It's a difference.
That's the term
It's a
they gave you.
difference.
That is the term they gave you.
So what are we gonna call black artists who do rock music? Black rock? What are we gonna do? We're gonna do all that shit now.
That's what they call. They have a show called Black Rock. They had an album called
Ain't that
Black
on like
Rock
Fox?
with artists.
That's stupid.
They had an album called Black Rock.
I say we call Beyonce's country album Black Country.
And there's a documentary for it.
Yeah, I heard about that shit. I'm gonna start in like 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, that's her interpretation of black country music.
But country's always been black.
Well, they're not at the forefront. Instead, you had the white artists that was the faces of that genre.
Yeah, like Garth Brooks. Or excuse me, Chris
Last
Gaines.
time I checked, Willie Nelson wasn't black.
Yeah, that's what I say
So,
too. Like
you know what I mean?
people
Alabama
keep
wasn't black.
Oh, Willie
people
Nelson
keep
is dope.
we keep bringing up like
Yeah.
that country music is black. And it's like, yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like, let the white people have that. Like that's they shit. That's their genre. You know what I mean? Like we can
I mean,
say the
look,
same. We can say the
you
same
know,
thing about what's like basketball. Basketball is a white man's sport. They created that sport, but who took it over? You know what I'm saying? Black folks. You know what I mean? It's
right.
like the same thing.
And
It's like the
and just
same
like
thing.
anything we do, we add flavor to it. So whether it was
Right.
golf, we had Tiger Woods. Hockey, there's black players in hockey, even though we don't hear about them ever. But
Mhm.
country music is not just for white people. Even if they started it, there's still it should be for everybody. The same way
But
when it comes to
I
rock, when
just,
people,
I feel you. If the artist, okay, here's my problem. I feel you. Like if the artist is like started off as a country artist, like a black country artist.
right,
My issue is Beyonce. Okay, she's a pop artist, R&B artist, and all of a sudden she wants to be a country artist. That's my issue. It's like stop. Like if when white people do this with rap, we have an issue with it. So
mhm.
we should keep that same energy when we try to sell out and start making country music. Like it's
But
corny. Like
well, the way I look at it, like they all black people that were born in the South, right? They were born in the country, and they
right.
probably grew up. Their parents probably grew up listening to country music. So why can't black people do country music like Shania Twain?
Well, what I'm saying is if they started out doing it like that way, then cool. But
Mm.
you're gonna be an R&B pop artist for 20 something years, and all of a sudden now you want to be a country artist. Like that's I feel like that's like culture
Mariah Carey did
vulture.
an alternative rock album.
I
Mariah
think
did a
that,
rock album the same time she was recording Daydream that never got promoted because they didn't want to hurt her pop diva image. So was she not
mm,
right to do a rock album?
probably not. Isn't it like it's the same thing. Like if a rock and roll artist for 20 years, a famous rock and roll artist, puts out a rap album, we're gonna
Mm.
say something about it. We're gonna be like, "Come on, get the fuck out of here! Why are you trying to culture vulture? Why are you trying to like, come on, man, that's whack." Like, so we got to keep the same energy when we do it.
Well,
Like
how do you view artists like Queen that jumped genres or Kid Rock who also did like he rapped, he did country, he did rock. How do you
yeah,
view
we
those
got.
type of artists?
I mean, he started off like that, didn't he? Like from the beginning, he started off
Right.
like with like this mixture of he was like slash slash
Mhm.
slash. He
Right.
didn't start off as I'm just rock and roll. Oh, now I want to be a hip hop MC. Like it was always like
Mhm.
rock and roll slash I do this all together from the get go. So that's cool. Like if
Right.
that's where you come from, but don't try to be something one way and then try to like try to sneak your way into something else. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion. I
Right.
don't know.
No, I feel you. I feel you on that. You're saying that they unless they actually started that way,
Right,
they shouldn't be doing it. Like,
right.
I mean, we know Beyonce. I think Beyonce is like a concept album for her though. Like the last album, it was dance. This one is country. The next one gonna be rock supposedly. I think that's what it is for. It's like a different. It's a concept for her.
Hmm.
So I don't expect her to do country for the rest of her career. It's just like, let me do this for this project. This is my interpretation of what country music is to her. And she's from
Hmm.
Texas. They listen to country music down here.
Right.
You know, I thought it was good. It's not a complete country album. Like the first half is country, and then she went into a different sound on the second half. But I thought it was a dope album.
Mm.
Kristen
Right.
said, "What sport right now? I mean, hockey is the sport that's not being taken over by black people yet, and there's black people in it. It's that they're not like prominent stars in that sport.
That is true. But I'm ready to start whenever y'all are.
Let's go.
Mhm.
Since Try was in a rush to start this video and shit, talk about
I was listening to the album, man.
start this shit. I'm just like, nigga, you were late. You don't have no authority to tell you to start shit. Let me stop.
I was
Let me
listening to
stop.
the album.
No lie, that album was long as hell. There was some track that was like over 10 minutes long. Anyway, what's up, you two? How you doing? My name is Reggie, and I actually had a great day. It's your boy trying the building. Nick's enthusiastic,
Yeah.
shit talker. Always speaking his mind. Got my homeboy Cavase in the building.
You,
Creative
you.
visionary. Definitely gonna amaze everybody coming into the future and whatnot. And album we want to have an artist Sunday on a Thursday. Let's just say that we're gonna do Erykah Badu, Worldwide Underground. You know what I'm saying? This is her third studio album, technically fourth if you want to count the live album. You know what I'm saying? This came out on September 16, 2003 on Motown Records. Back when Motown was actually dropping good shit. The album came out with two singles, Danger and Back in the Day. It was produced by Erykah Badu, James Poyser, Rashad Ringo Smith, R.C. Williams, Dead Prez, and Raphael Sadiq. Guest appearances include Dead Prez, Queen Latifah Bahamadia, and Angie Stone. So after the release of Mama's Gun, she took some time off to raise her child. But at the end of the day, she also like conflicted about like fame and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? From what I looked up, thank God she didn't go through a Lauryn Hill hiatus because we didn't need none of that shit. To be real with you. So with that being said, she actually went on a tour called like the Frustrated Artist Tour. You know what I'm saying? That took place within like the early part of 2003 and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? This was after, she had just won Grammys coming off a writer's block, and she had also done the Mama's Gun World Tour. You said what? Oh, I thought you said. Oh, facts. But yeah, man. But anyway, so she started working on this album, and one thing about Erykah Badu is the fact that she's always been like a hip hop head. At the end of the day, like she always had a love for the hip hop culture, and when hip hop and R&B was really like coming together and shit like that, like the late '90s and 2000s, the collaboration between hip hop and R&B was really, really, really becoming more and more evident. You know what I'm saying? Compared to like what niggas were doing like in the late '80s, early '90s, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And so, there had not really been like a neo soul album that really like gave love to like the early days of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much, this album had came out and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Love the album cover. It has the fro and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? That's what the whole album looks like. And shit too. Let me add try back on. I think they even said that StreamYard was going to cause some issues. From what I looked up, I was just like, of course, that's not a surprise. The StreamYard are always causing issues. He's trying to fix up his shit. Other than that, that's what the whole CD looks like. The all white. Then, of course, I gotta have the albums with the lyrics and the booklet and shit like that too. Back in before we had Rap Genius and all these other platforms and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it all looks like. I'm gonna wait till Try gets back on. I think he's trying to fix up his shit. But yeah, hey, you remember when she was on the Dave Chappelle's block party shit?
Yes, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah,
And she
man.
did Puff. I remember that. Yeah, I wanted to go there so bad. It's crazy because I was watching that when it came out, and I think that was in '04 when that came
Yeah.
out. And I remember watching it, and then years later, I met somebody that was on it, and I just thought that was cool.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, man. That was back when really like Chappelle's show was really like at its peak. Like, 'cause I think they had of course Roots there, Common was there, Kanye was there. That was like a
Yeah,
dope ass lineup and shit
yeah.
too.
That was Jill Scott, Erica Badu,
Sushi's, yeah,
Fuji's. Yeah, it was a dope lineup for sure.
yeah, man. I think like the last.
Actually, I wonder if Tribe was there because I know it was in Brooklyn.
That's a good question.
That was
Hopefully,
that was a big event. Everybody was there.
right. Yeah, man. I like a good hip hop festival and shit like that too. That's why I love that Hip Hop 50 festival I went to with LL Cool J headlining that shit.
Hmm.
Everybody was fucking there. Like, oof.
Is that the one that was at the Yankee Stadium that just passed?
Well, they did have it at Yankee Stadium, but they also like took it around the country.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
excuse me, around the world, excuse me. And I know they performed in Raleigh, like 15 minutes from where I stay at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy about the whole Yankee Stadium thing, but I mean, shout out to Nas for curating that whole thing. But some of the artists on there, I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, why do y'all have? I mean, of course you want to include the new people too, but like, can we give some artists, some love that haven't been getting love over the years? Um,
Yeah,
uh,
okay.
yeah, I didn't get the Lola Brooke performance. Like, why is she on? She's just getting started. Why is she on this 50 years of hip hop stage? Like that, that could have been KRS One or anybody. Like,
Yeah, because I know Karis One. I know with him, he didn't really like the fact that hip hop has been disrespected a lot by like the mass appeal, which I kind of agree with his point too. So he felt like it would be hypocritical on him to join any hip hop 50 celebrations.
yeah,
And even with MC Hammer, he also made a comment, like a similar comment about it too. Mind you, everybody was dissing Hammer, and then it was revealed like Questlove was trying to get Hammer to perform in like one of those festivals, but Hammer that kept declining that shit.
mm, yeah,
Here it comes try.
yeah. They didn't pick the right artist.
Can you
Right.
hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
hear you.
we hear you. This is a slight echo.
I don't know. An echo. I don't hear shit.
You don't hear us?
I hear y'all. I don't hear the echo though.
Testing. Two to do to do.
You have another window open, like with YouTube or something.
Nah.
No.
Nah,
You know what?
this
It's
is the
cool.
only. I'm
Fuck
on
it.
Chrome.
Yeah.
Shit. Fuck it. Anyway, um,
You got
so let me see what
you got headphones?
who me?
I try because that shit's gonna get. I'm telling you, that shit's gonna get us.
Yeah, I got headphones.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Because yeah, StreamYard was made a note talking about there was some issues with people going live. I was just like, y'all have issues going live every day.
shoot. Exactly. This stream. This is StreamYard shit.
God,
Get it together, StreamYard.
for real. But then YouTube trying to make motherfuckers pay for their own live streaming. That's what I don't fucking get. How you gonna pay me just for going live on my own channel? I worked hard on.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man. What was I saying? What was I saying? Yeah, that hip that whole we went from 50 years of hip hop to now a whole new generation of beefing and shit.
Yeah. And the game, of course, the game
You hear me?
wanted to. Yeah, we hear you. Of course, the game wanted to. Nah, no echo.
They try you hear us?
Yep.
I don't hear no echo, so I think that we should be good. Let me just turn it up a little bit on my speakers. All right. Can y'all hear me in the chat?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's just get on with it. So I'm gonna do I got the OG copies with the 10 track version and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Even though I might just do the international version, 'cause I do want to give my thoughts on Love of My Life and Ode to Hip Hop with Common. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we can get started with the first track, which World Keeps Turning intro. You know what I'm saying? Which is a nice way to start off the album. Just Erykah Badu doing her little Erykah Badu thing. World's gonna turn, harmonizing melody. You know how that shit goes.
Yeah, this is kind of reminds me of like I believe it came out the same year. Andre 3000 joint. The Love Below kind of vibe. Got the alien noise in the background and shit like that. I thought it was a cool joint. You know what I mean? It's just an intro. You know, she's not really saying anything. It's just harmonizing.
Right.
Yeah. He was fire. Definitely ad lib some
Oh
elements.
damn, we can't hear him.
Can you hear me?
It's
We
like it's
hear.
low.
Yeah, it's low.
What is wrong with StreamYard today, yo? Like, I don't understand these niggas. Like, this shit is
They
moving
just
slow.
just fucking ass.
I hear you all.
All right. So yeah, we hear like just now when you was talking, we heard you pretty good. So I
I don't
guess
know what
just
the
keep that same tone. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. All right. So what's the next song?
Next song is Bump It. So this one was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? A bit too long for my taste and shit like that too. But I feel like it was a nice way to kick off the album and everything. That's like a nice little party track, very Erykah Badu centric, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have no issue with this one.
Yeah, I like this. I like this joint because the drums on it. There's some. I think she mentioned it in the beginning of the song, like fat drums or something like that. The bass is really heavy on it. The 808s was kicking. So yeah, I definitely like this joint right here. Like I said, this album is pretty much like this whole album is like a vibe session. I feel like, um,
Right.
They're not like actual like if you're not let me say, if you're looking for like songs like with lyric like with profound lyrics and stuff like that, you're not gonna get it really on this album. This is really just like a jam session. I feel like she's just riffing and doing random stuff, and it's dope. To me, it's dope. So I fucks with it.
Dead ass.
Bro,
Oh, we hear
why
you
is the
good now.
traffic so high on Streamer right now? Did Trump die or something?
So I can hear you perfectly
Look,
now.
I
You
got the
good?
notice that they said. Did you get the notice? I got the notice saying that the traffic is high on Streamer right now. What does that mean?
It means that there's like a lot of lagging, like a service issue and shit.
They gotta fix that shit, man.
It's like ain't got shit to do with me, motherfucker. Just make sure my fucking shit's good, nigga.
See, this is why I like going live on IG because we don't have this issue on IG.
Definitely. Um, but yeah, we just talked about Bump It. We were talking about that track.
Oh yeah, bump. I love that. I love the beat for that. The ad libbing by Erykah. It's like an 8-minute track, and then you got like percussions and coming in towards like the end of it, and it was melodic, and this should have been the single.
I definitely agree with you about that. All right, track number 3, Back in the Day. One of my favorite Erykah Badu songs ever. You know what I'm saying? This track right here pretty much is the whole general theme of this whole album. You know what I'm saying? Old to like the old school hip hop and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Very funky and everything. I love the drums to it. The video is very great too. We were just talking about this before you got here. We were talking about the Dave Chappelle Block Party. She performed this
Mm-hmm.
track,
I remember that. Yeah.
and then yeah, we would. Vase was asking if were you at that spot? Were you at that concert and shit?
Yes, because it was right around my way that they had the show.
Right, yeah, Brooklyn.
Cool.
Yeah, I was
Right around
asking.
my
I was
way.
like, because I know it was like a
Mhm.
huge event. And
Yeah.
I know some people that went there. So I was like, yo,
Mhm.
I bet you Tribe was probably there.
Oh yeah. That used my grandparents used to live in that neighborhood, and it's like it's from walking distance like from my house. So I was
Mhm.
there, and I've seen Erica in live and Dave Chappelle. They
Okay,
were great.
that's dope. That's dope.
That's
But you
amazing.
got, but you got something on me, man. I didn't know she had a video for this. I'm about to look it up right now. I didn't know she had a video for. I didn't know she had a video for any song on this album.
She did,
Mhm.
but just
Okay.
like Mama's Gun, it wasn't really promoted as well.
Right.
Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite songs on this album. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to look later, but yeah, this song was dope. I remember her performing this at the Dave Chappelle joint. Um, and I remember like I said before we started, man. I used to drive road trips with this album all the time, man. Like
Mhm.
at the time, I used to smoke weed and shit like that, so it was like perfect, man. So,
Right.
you know, we talk about puffing, smoking, and stuff like that. So I thought it was dope.
Right. Yeah. This was a banger. She killed it vocally. The beat, the bass line. This was a banger. Definitely love this one.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Like this is like really one of the first Erykah Badu songs I've heard growing up too, and everything. I remember seeing the video a lot on BET and everything like that too. But other than that, highly recommended. Track number 4, I Want You. My favorite track on this album, be real with you. And I know I made a comment about Bump It being a bit too long, and this one is like the longest track on the album, 10 minutes. But this is one of those tracks I've always loved. Like especially when I used to have Pandora,
Mhm.
this song always used to come on my Pandora station for some reason. You know what I'm saying? And I used to always hate when Pandora used to play the same songs over and over and over again.
Yes.
I'm just like, okay, you can just leave this shit here. Because sometimes that's why I canceled my Pandora. Because when they played Robin Thicke on the Bob Marley radio station, that was the day I canceled my Pandora. I'm just like, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna pay And I can't even skip after 6 songs, but then I don't even skip a song, but then y'all still block my skip. So it's like, but y'all want to play Blurred Lines after One Love? Really? Okay. But anyway, back to the story. But yeah, this is like Erykah Badu's homage to like Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Graham Central Station, that kind of music and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I love the musical escalation of the track, if that makes sense. Like
Mhm.
how each minute it just gets higher and higher. Like especially when she starts it off with like I I want you like that. That is really like some dope ass like Boosie Collins kind of shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
So very dope track. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is a track you just have to sit down and listen to. I feel like if people can like listen to tracks like Bohemian Rhapsody, then you will definitely love listening to this track. Right? I'm not trying to compare the two, but I know how niggas have short attention span. They're like they don't like to listen to songs more than 4 minutes and shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Hell, more than 2 minutes because most songs these days is just a chorus and ad libs. Let's keep it real
Yeah.
with no drums.
No bridge,
Right.
no drums.
Hell, the
Yeah. This.
hook is just words.
Hmm.
Yeah. This album, the song is an acquired taste. If you like neo soul, if you like jam session kind of music, this is what this is, man. It's Erica Badu at her finest. Like it's a very different track though. It's like Red said, like it starts off very unorthodox. It's like she's repeating herself
Hmm.
mad times, and even the beat, like the keyboard, like for the first minute or two of the beat, it's just like one note,
One
just
note.
just playing over and over again. And then, like after a minute or two comes in, then she starts saying
Hmm.
I." So you know what I mean? It's definitely a different track, man. It might not be for you, but I love this kind of music, so I definitely this is one of my favorite songs on the album.
And
Right.
she did a great job of building the track up
Hmm.
from doing the one note, and she kept doing it, and it kept escalating slowly and slowly into the normal pace of the track.
Hmm.
And then after a while, towards the end, it goes back to the slow pace,
Hmm.
and then it's like a rock guitar solo at the end of the track. And I thought it was great. I mean, 10 minutes. I don't know if I would have had it 10 minutes. That it could have been at the end of the album, if anything. But this we on
Yeah,
track 4, and it's already a 10-minute track we talking about. But it was great. It was definitely a one of the best songs on here.
You know what? Try you
Mhm.
definitely all right because I love the spoiler. I do love the Love of My Life female version, but I
Mhm.
would have definitely switched that with I Want You. In my
Yeah.
personal opinion, I would have
Yeah.
definitely switched that. But I
Mhm.
don't mind long songs being placed high up in the album too because sometimes it can get you in the mood. Because I know like a lot of my favorite classic rock albums and shit like that. They will have like a 2 minute song in the first track, but then the second song will be like a 10 minute song that will pretty much fill up like the whole first side of the whole vinyl.
Right.
This is mostly back when these niggas used to do shit for vinyl and shit. You know what I'm saying? But the second side will be like all singles or
Yeah.
song that they can easily perform like in live performances and shit too. Like so that's
Mhm.
interesting. All right, moving to one of my favorite tracks again with Woo. Now I thought this was a tribute to the movie that came out with Tommy Davidson and Jen of Jada Pinkett. I'm just like, okay, Erica, where you gonna go with this one? And the um the first sample, if you guys would recognize that sample, that boom,
yeah.
boom, boom, you know what I'm saying, which has been used by a lot of people. I'm not gonna say what the sample is though, you know what I'm saying, because for one, I forgot the artist's name and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying. So that's why I'm not gonna really say it's an artist sample, but at the same time, a lot
It's
of
in
your
Mad Movies
favorite,
too.
excuse me,
I said they used it in Mad Movies too.
facts,
That's
facts,
that's in,
facts. But then it then the beat switches up to like some super fly shit, like you would hear from the '70s. My second favorite track on this album too. You know what I'm saying? Very. If you guys recognize like the melody of the first verse, she interpolated the sometimes mixed number nine from the Baduism album and stuff like that too. So that's a little something right there. And then you know what I'm saying? I love the shout out she gave to Snoop Dogg, you know, at the end of the song too, you know what I'm saying? So this is another favorite of mine, a vibe too, you know, like what Vase said, this album's a whole fucking vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy that you mentioned that because that's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to mention how this song is definitely like kind of reminiscent of the Baduism album. It has that feel from the beat, from the melody and stuff like that. Um, it kind of sounds like almost like you think it's going to be just like a skit or just something like that, but
Yeah.
it turned into a full song. But it's a cool. It's not one of my favorite songs on it, but it's alright.
And she's like rapping her lyrics, you know, and you have like the crowd, the background participation, and the
Mhm.
scratching on it, the beat. It's like a party track. It almost felt like she was freestyling it. You know what I'm saying? But it was she didn't really say much on here other than like the first part, but it was a dope track.
Definitely. All right, moving on. We're gonna get into motherfucking the grind. My fault. I got a message that distracted me. Featuring Dead Prez. Um, Dead Prez, very underrated hip hop duo. But I'm not gonna hold you. I kind of dislike the first. I kind of felt like after the first album, they were kind of hit or miss. The 2004 joint they came out with like after, it was okay, it was cool, but
Yeah.
it did have a little filler in it. We'll talk about that one day though. But I do respect them and everything like that too. I kind of felt like they picked up where Brand Nubian left off and shit like that too. Mind you, they were mentored by Lord Jamar. But other than that, the grind. This was a smooth joint right here. You know, it's just them talking about the economy and just how motherfuckers are expected to live the shit with the amount of bill, the paychecks we get and stuff like that too, and then minimum wage. Mind you, this song came out at the height of the whole Bush administration and whatnot too. And let's just say George Bush was not the best president. Let's just say that right now. But at the end of the
One of
day,
them was his father wasn't either.
who?
His father wasn't a good president. He took
Don't
us
get
to
me
war.
started. Don't even get me started on that, nigga.
You know.
Don't even get me started. But other than that, this is the okay song. This is fire.
Yeah. I thought this song. I wasn't like too much of a fan of this song. Um, it's okay. It's okay. I felt like it should have been more rapping to me.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
definitely I wasn't feeling them singing like for the first half of the song. Like
Right.
it's like I leave that to Erykah Badu. We
Mm-hmm.
want to hear bars from you. I mean, they
Right.
did get into the bars later, but I felt it could have been a better song if they did that throughout the whole song.
I agree. It was not too. It might have had like one verse on the song. You
Hmm.
know, and I get them doing the singing chorus like Erica. I mean, Andre did that. You know, it seemed like when Erica collaborate with rappers, they tend to sing the chorus as well. So it was just
I'm so
different for them. I never heard them sing. I never heard them sing before, like on the chorus. So,
over you
but it
right
was
now.
it was little rapping. But for the verse that they had, I thought it was dope. You know, and they said she make 280 a week standing on her feet. The ends ain't even meeting, family ain't eating, and the tax is 10%. The rest is for the rent. Then crime is what you get, and niggas is innocent. So they're talking about poverty and the government and all that in that verse. But it should have been more rapping from them, from both of them.
Hmm.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree with you guys. It should have been more rap, especially like with how strong resume Dead Press already had, because they didn't drop the second joint at this point. They were still,
Mhm.
doing the Let's Get Free. Mind you, the hip
Right,
hop joint, the theme song to Chappelle's show too.
mhm,
You know,
right,
so they're making a lot of clout and bank off of that shit too.
mhm.
Which yeah, man, I really wish there was some more rapping on. I definitely agree with you guys on that part. Now, if Andre was on it, then do you guys think Andre would have rapped a verse or even Common?
Yeah. He would have sang it too. They would have sang the chorus with her. I mean, that's what they did on Liberation, right? They were singing along with her on that.
Love that record though. That's a
Yeah.
classic. All right. Moving on, we're gonna go into Danger. So what I did not know, and this is what I just knew when I did some research, that this is actually a sequel to the other side of the game from the Baduism album. A lot of connection to Baduism
I didn't know
at the
that.
moment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So pretty much, in the other side of the game, she's pretty much telling her nigga, I don't like the fact that you dealing in these streets. In this song, she's pretty much, how can I put this? She's pretty much the Tasha to the nigga's ghost. That if you know what I mean. She's down to do whatever.
Hmm.
And yeah, I just doing a power reference. I don't give a fuck. But this is an okay song. Do I feel like it's just as good as Other Side of the Game? Absolutely not. But this is a key example of Erykah Badu's complex story too, because it's like her saying that she would do whatever it takes to love a man and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I love the line when she say, "Got a box of money that I keep under my bed, but we don't spend it though. Might need it for more yayo. We need this money just in case we need to make a run. Gotta keep a chip in mama's gun. Mama's gun." It's like she's just referencing her past works. I love it. Now it'd be funny if the nigga's name was Tyrone, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Nah, I felt like the beat kind of matched like the name of the song, Danger or whatever. Like this is definitely a different beat from the rest of the album.
Hmm.
Um,
Right.
this beat kind of gives off like a like early 2000s Manny Fresh kind of beat.
Yes.
I don't know
Dirty
who
South.
produced this, but yeah, it definitely gives off like a Manny Fresh kind of vibe, and it's
Hmm.
interesting hearing that kind of beat with
Hmm.
Erica Badu style on it. So
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting. I always kind of liked this song because of the beat, and she was kind of she was getting into some thug shit on this. So I
Hmm.
was like, it was cool to hear. So
Right.
shout outs. I fuck with this song.
It was definitely sounding like a crunk R&B type of vibe. I was getting definitely Dirty South. Um,
Right.
I could definitely picture Juvie or Wheezy on this.
I was just
You
gonna say that.
Even Plies was huge at that time as well. You know, all of the
Lie.
Dirty South rappers that was. I mean, I wasn't a fan of Plies, but I could get him over. I mean, the horns bring out the beat, and they
Mm-hmm.
had like that
Mm.
Dirty South bounce to it. And I'm like, any one of those Ross, any one of them cats could have been on this song, but this definitely was a banger. And I didn't even know it was a sequel to Other Side of the Game.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. But see, I bet you if other niggas would have reviewed this album, they probably wouldn't have picked this up too. But
Right.
that's all I have to say right
That's
now.
why you are who you are. You know,
Shit,
you
because
need
I
to say some crazy shit sometimes. You are who you are.
exactly. That's what I be saying too. That's what I be saying. But anyway, next track we got is called "Think Twice." Um, this one was pretty cool too. I don't really have that much to say about this track right here. This was co-produced by what's his name? Rashad Smith and James Poyser. Rashad Smith definitely one of the most underrated and slept on producers. If you guys are a fan of a lot of East Coast
Mm-hmm.
music from the '90s, I mean, like Wuha got you all in check.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Young G's from the No Way Out album, Aaliyah's Choosy Lover, LL Cool J's Ain't Nobody, that nigga right there.
Mm-hmm.
I Do You One Better, the One More Chance remix.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga did that shit.
Tumbling Dice.
From Tumbling Dice, yes.
Yeah.
Like he Rashad Smith's production is like going out late at night and
Mm-hmm.
everything like that, like going out late at night and at the uptown and shit like that too,
Mm-hmm.
looking at all the lights and stuff. Like he just had that smooth fucking
Yeah,
production. I feel
definitely.
like he should get more recognition in my personal
He
opinion,
should.
but
He should.
right, you know what I'm saying. But Metro Boomin finally makes a beat about drums and shit like that, and now everyone's calling him a go producer. Even though I do like that song,
Yeah.
he finally puts drums in his music. Everyone's making a big deal out of that. Anyway, let's back to the subject. But this track right here was pretty straight, though. You know what I'm saying? Like a free spirited kind of track.
Right. Yeah, I think you nailed it. Exactly how I hear it. It's like a jazzy. You got trumpets. You got all sorts of different instruments in this album. I mean, on this song, I like her melodies that she chose on this one. It's really vibey and kind of just like
Yeah,
you just throw this on if you just want to vibe, man. If you're driving, road trip or whatever, you're by yourself, or maybe with your lady, and just throw this on, man. Vibe out. So I definitely rock with this.
yeah. It had a real jazzy sound to it. The horns and the pianos.
Mm-hmm.
Beat was dope. The chorus. Yeah, this was banging. Cruz, what up, yo? Salute.
What's up, Cruz? Yeah, man.
Mm-mm-mm.
Next track, we got "Love of My Life" Worldwide featuring Queen Latifah, Bahamadia, and Angie Stone. Now, I'm gonna give my thoughts on the old. You know what? I'm just gonna give my thoughts to the old hip hop one. We can just give our thoughts on that one too. So, this is pretty much like a part two of Ode to Hip Hop, which that song itself was actually the lead single from the Brown Sugar soundtrack, the original version, and that featured Common.
Hmm.
Um, I love that record. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna hold you. I don't love it as much as a lot of Erykah Badu fans love it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in the right mood, that's the kind of song I'll vibe to. But I kind of prefer the one with the female rappers. Where I'm gonna get to that one in a minute. But this the Love to Ultra Hip Hop actually won a Soul Train Lady of the Soul Award for Best Solo R&B and Soul Single, and a Grammy Award for Best R&B Song and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? So, that's like a perfect song when it comes to like the classic ode to classic hip hop and
Hmm.
whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? But the one with the female rappers, this is the one, believe it or not, I kind of like the most
Yeah.
because it gives me that true block party feel and whatnot too. And she didn't really get like the the commercially popular ones like Missy and Eve. With all due
Right.
respect to them and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? She got like the heavyweights, like Queen Latifah, one of the most influential female rappers of all time.
Hmm.
Bahamadia, a very authentic female rapper that I wish got more recognition. And
Right.
last but not least, Angie Stone, who you guys should know is part of the sequence, which the song samples funk you up. You know what I'm saying? So this track right here was definitely a very, very, very dope one. Honestly, I kind of feel like Bahamadia had the best verse. I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like Bahamadia definitely had the best verse, especially with the line to show the whole wide world the meaning of MC. Look, I be in love with a thing called hip hop. We go together like b-boy and shell tops, you know what I'm saying? And the way how her voice was when the beat kind of slightly switched up, I feel like it definitely fit her
Hmm.
voice and stuff like that too. So this one right here, I do love the one with Common. And I know like a lot of diehard fans love that because a lot of diehard fans just love that whole Soulquarians and Common and Erica unity and whatnot too. But I love the worldwide one, so that's my personal take. Call it a hot take if you want, you know what I'm saying? But hey,
Yeah, that's definitely a hot take, man. Because that the original one is definitely the shit. I
Yeah.
felt like I felt like the female MCs did their thing on this, but I'm not really feeling the song like that. Like the ding dong, ring a ding 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 dong, that wasn't it for me. Even though I know she's paying homage and shit like that, but
Hmm.
and the beat is cool. It's alright, but I don't know. I just wasn't feeling the song like that. But like I said, I do feel like Queen Latifah did her thing. Bahamadia, like all the MCs, female MCs did their thing. But as far as the whole song, I'm not really feeling this one.
respect.
I love it, man. I thought it sounded almost like a remix to the first one, you know.
Right.
The beat was more funkier. Latifah did her thing as always. Bahamadia, severely underrated. Angie Stone, who people forget that she was in a rap group, a rap trio called The Sequence in '79, and then she was in another group called Vertical Hole, in the '90s. And Angie Stone to me is like one of the most underrated singers in neo soul, and she killed it, with her little rap, and I thought it was dope. I don't remember a video for this, but they should have did a video for this one. This would have been like Erica's version of "I Want to Be Down" with all of the female rappers on it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. It is pretty much the equivalent to that I Want to Be Down track.
Yeah.
A video
Excuse me.
probably would have helped me like the song a little more, but I don't
Mhm.
know, just hearing it, I don't know.
Right.
Hey, respect, respect. Now let me ask you this: since we're talking about Brandy, who do you guys think had the best verse? Now I want to be down remix.
Oh man,
On the
I
what?
love I love Latifah and Yo Yo's verse. I love those two.
Same.
On the what
I
remix?
I want to be down remix.
Oh, yeah, I gotta. Who was on that again?
MC Light,
Latifah.
Yo Yo, Latifah.
Yo, Tufa. I gotta hear that song. I gotta hear it again. I forgot what the verses was like. Hold on.
Yeah, I got to go with Yo Yo to be real with you. 'Cause I feel
Yeah, Yo
like
Yo.
Yo Yo definitely sparked it up. But
Yeah,
I'm not gonna hold you. I love the way Light started it off too. You know what
yeah,
I'm
she was good.
saying?
She was good.
Like I definitely feel like as an opening line, that is definitely one of my favorites from that period.
Yeah, I just need to hear the opening lines and I'll remember the verse. Hold on, I'm about
She
to
said,
listen now.
"All right, yeah, man. Speaking of remixes, I even heard they're gonna do a Not Like Us remix with Snoop, YG, Roddy Rich. They're gonna do a video for that shit. So I was like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
they really sticking it to Drake now.
shit. That video gonna be like a West Coast classic.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
West
I
Coast
bet you.
anthem.
Oh
Anyway,
yeah. Latifah, yeah. About so tall, about
Yeah,
so yeah. Okay,
yes,
yeah. I think Latifah might have got that,
she
man.
killed it. Yeah.
right. All right, and the last song on the US version is The World Keeps Turning outro. Uh this one was I really feel like it didn't really need a World Keeps Turning outro. I would have probably either edited it off with like with the I Want You or maybe even just thrown in the Hollywood joint, you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
I mean, it's alright, it's alright.
Yeah, all I got for this is outro. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. It's the same beat from the intro.
Right, definitely.
Give me a second,
But
be right
All right.
you said what?
No, he said you coming back.
Oh, okay. But overall, this is still a fire ass album, man. This is my third favorite Erica Badu album. To keep it real with you, like very, very, very dope work. It's not really just an ode to just old school hip hop, but it's just a very psychedelic and even tripped out album as well too. And as short as it was, I kind of wish it was a bit longer, but you know what I'm saying. I feel like for people, this is probably. I'm gonna be real with you. If you are starting off to be a fan of Erica Badu, I will probably start off with this one. Keep it a buck with you. I feel like it's a very easy album to listen to. I definitely feel like you know what I'm saying. The production is a lot more melodic and laid back because I love the Baduism and the Mama's Gun. Love those albums, classics. But I definitely feel like the complex rhythms with that one, even though this album does have complex rhythms itself, as a first time listener to some people, it might not really draw people in like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5, five mic masterpiece.
I think this is definitely an underrated classic. The only issue is the label didn't promote it as much.
Right.
Like her latter albums, New America Part One and Two, they didn't promote that as much as well. Even though like people know this song "Love of My Life" from the Brown Sugar movie, you know. But there's no bad songs on this album.
Right.
I don't. This is the queen of neo soul to me. This is the queen of neo soul to me. Like she doesn't have a bad project. Every album, whether they got promoted or not, every album was solid. You know what I'm saying? And she has many hit records. She's a great performer, great singer. You know, she's collaborated with everybody. I think it was definitely a slept on album, one of her most slept ons in her discography. But I'm giving it 5 mics because it's no bad songs on here. Every track on here was banging. I love the production, love the songs. You know, from Bump It to Back in the Day, I Want You, The Grind, Love of My Life, Worldwide. So it's 5 mics for me.
You know what's crazy? Erica Badu herself didn't really feel like she did her best work on this album.
Really.
I mean, it go like that sometimes where you have artists that feel like I could have did better, but even if she felt like she could have did better, it was still to me one of her best albums.
Mm.
It's just that the label for whatever reason didn't come out with a lot of singles off of this project, and I think it's definitely an underrated classic.
Right.
Um, for me, I definitely fucks with this album. I used to, like I said, I used to play it all the time. But I am a big Erykah Badu fan, and I'm gonna have to say it's probably my least favorite album from her.
Mm,
Um,
Wow.
yeah, Baduism is better, and Mama's Gun is definitely better. So I'm not sure. I probably like this third. I can't see those other last two albums that she did being better than this. So yeah, this is probably third in my book or third best album. But I rocks with it. I rocks with it. It's just the only issue I have with it really is I kind of see it more as like a jam session because
right,
they're not like real songs. Like they're just like she doesn't have like any real lyrics half of the time. It's just like she's just vibing.
right,
So I can't really rate it higher than Mama's Gun, which had like real songs on it. And
right.
so that's my opinion. But
But even like you saying that, like even with her vibing, it's still a solid album compared
oh
to another artist that would come in and try to do this. They would fall flat on their ass.
oh yeah, facts, definitely.
Like a jam session Erica Badu album is still better than half of the shit that's out now.
The only other person I heard that I compare this album to is kind of like Voodoo from D'Angelo. That was
That was
pretty much
great.
that was pretty much a jam session too.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you guys on that part. But now, but when we talk about this album, possibly Sunday, this is where things get interesting.
Mm.
You trying to join us for this one?
Yeah, I joined you with that one. I actually just recently listened to it because I was looking for a song. But I think it's on the other album, her last album.
Got you. I'll let you know what time when I get my schedule tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna stay on for like another 10 minutes and shit. 'Cause I gotta get ready for a DJ shit.
Yeah, I'm actually I got a flight in the morning, so I'm actually gonna be out there in New York this weekend, bro.
Oh, yo, we gotta link up, bro.
Yes,
We gotta
sir.
link up.
I'll be in Brooklyn. I shared a flyer with you.
Okay,
There's a show in Brooklyn. So I shared a flyer with you, but yeah,
all
I'll
right,
be out there.
cool.
But all right, man. Salute to y'all, man.
Salute,
Thank
salute.
you for having me
No
once
problem, boss.
again, and I'm gonna holla at y'all. Peace,
All right,
chat.
Peace.
peace.
Yeah, man. I learned a lot of new things about this album. To be real with you.
Yeah, I think it's dope, man. It's definitely one of those albums they don't mention enough when it comes to Erykah Badu.
They don't.
You know.
Because even by that time too, in 2003,
Hmm.
like I'm not gonna say like the neo soul sound was going down because it was still going strong creatively, but like it wasn't like the go-to sound for R&B at that time. Because 2003, that was the Dangerously in Love.
Hmm.
That was
Alicia Keys was here.
well, Alicia Keys was neo. Her first two albums was neo soul.
Right.
So, but her marketing
Yeah.
too. You gotta think about that.
Yep.
Ashanti,
Mm-hmm. Sierra.
Marie. Sia was more '04, but I see what you're
Oh,
saying.
four.
Yeah. What's that?
Olivia.
Olivia, Lil Wayne's baby mama.
Nivea and Olivia.
Oh my God. Hell, even that was a time when a lot of rappers was even trying to fiddle more with that sound too.
Yeah.
Like Easy's "Excuse Me, Miss." Um, any song Ja Rule did at that time.
Can't stand that Jay-Z album. That should have never happened.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very interesting time for R&B, like '03. I might do a top R&B albums from '03. Thinking about it, to be real with
Oh
you, I
God.
might do. I might
I
do
don't even
that.
think I got 10 good ones from '03. That R&B was really in the gutter around that time.
I'll say top eight.
Top
Yeah,
eight.
because when we get to 2004, that was a much more stronger year for R&B than '03. That was the year of Prince's musicology. That was Jill Scott's second album came out that time too. So
There
she
might be like a good seven or maybe yeah, like eight that I actually fuck with. Like I see a lot of shit. They got Outkast on R&B. I don't know why.
technically Love Below is an R&B album. Technically, I mean, if you want to count that,
Black Eyed Peas? Nah.
eh,
Yeah.
pop- they pop. That I mean,
Pop rap. That was pop rap, not R&B.
Elephant still had its hip hop edge to it. It
Yeah.
was still they were still borderline hip hop, but they were like the kids' version of the Roots at that time. Like when I think
Yeah.
Elephant, I think this. I think they were trying to do their phrenology with that album.
Genuine. I didn't like that album. The Senior.
Oh, that.
I didn't like that
And I
one.
think I got that. I think I
You got
got
that
that
one?
album.
I never
I
bought
think.
that one. His last two I didn't buy. The Senior and the Life. I didn't buy those two.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to think. 2003, '03, '03,
Shantae, oh
'03.
Lord.
Oh,
Yes,
oh,
Joints,
oh, oh.
Chocolate Factory. That had to be. That's
Yes,
top
yes.
three. Definitely.
Isley Brothers Body Kiss album.
That
That
was on
album.
three.
That was '03, baby.
No,
Yes, that was '03.
I thought that was oh 04.
No, that was '03.
I got the
Let me
Body
double
Kiss album too. I thought that was oh 04 though.
let me double check. Hold on.
Okay. Yo, yeah, oh 03 had some shit though.
Yeah,
I
because
don't know
how,
why. Some of these artists they got in here. Britney Spears is not R&B. I don't know why she's in here.
yeah, Body Kiss was '03.
Okay.
How could I forget about that album? That's one of my favorite Isley
Kelly
Brothers albums.
Clarkson was not R&B.
Hell no. See, now they just throwing in people
I
and
don't know
shit.
what the fuck they got on here. Lumi D. She was not. She definitely wasn't R&B.
Lumi D.
Yeah.
Did she make?
Puerto
Was she
Rican
that?
chick.
No, yeah, yeah. She made that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
Puerto
yeah, yeah.
Rican chick. Yeah, that was like reggaeton shit. That wasn't no R&B.
That was not. No, see, nah.
The fuck.
There was another R&B album that came
Who
out in
can't
04.
troll? Another chick I ain't like.
She was not R&B.
Nah, I ain't like her at all. One hit wonder.
Oh, what is that album?
Blackstreet album was garbage.
Oh, we forget about that one.
I
We don't.
told
We
you,
don't.
OT was trash, man. They got some shit in here that I was like, I ain't listening to half of this shit. Al Green
Yeah.
had an album in '03. I ain't listening to that.
If we want to count the unreleased R. Kelly Loveland album, if that would have came out, that would have
That
easily
was
been.
OT. Nah, yo.
That was the original
Didn't that
chocolate.
come out as the bonus disc with TP3?
Nah, that was the original chocolate
I
factory.
had Loveland on bootleg, but I thought the limited edition of TP3 came out with the Loveland bonus disc.
Well, I never knew that. 'Cause I never really cared for
Yeah,
TV3 like that.
I want to say it was TP3. It came out with that. Like it was like a limited edition or whatever. But I had Loveland on bootleg because it got leaked to the streets or whatever.
He would call an album TP. Just thinking about that shit with his reputation.
TP3 Reloaded or some shit like that it was called.
Oh wow, that makes it even better.
I remember because he was like standing on a mountaintop or some shit.
I hated that album. That album was not that good. Trapped in the Closet saved that album. That's how crazy it was. But you know what's crazy though?
Uh,
I would put R. Kelly's discography over Usher's discography.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
I like Usher, but after Here I Stand, it was just hit or miss.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I liked Raymond versus Raymond, but uh the EP he had with Zaytoven was cool. We did a review on that years ago. The new
Oh,
album, I listened to it once. It was forgettable. He didn't have no big songs on there. You know, I know he's celebrating 20 years of Confessions now. His last classic album, really. Um, Chocolate Factory, that's like top three for me of '03.
Chocolate Factory was just, you know what was the crazy thing about that album?
Mm,
It made niggas forget about the scandal. That music was so good, it just made niggas forget about the scandal.
right. Um, that's when he was getting away with shit though. You know, was music Soul Star. I gotta hear Soul Star again. It was okay. I love his first two albums though. I just want to sing in the second one. I forgot the name of the second one. I got this shit too. Just Friends. Like those first two were great for me, but I gotta hear Soul Star again. I didn't play it a lot. Monica After the Storm was dope.
Oh, I forgot about that one too.
That was the album she did over from the
Yes,
Arista one. They showed the Arista one.
and
All Eyes on Me.
that was an improvement. Yeah, that was I like that way more than All Eyes on Me. To be real with
I
you,
didn't even hear that shit. And I was on her street team for that one. I never even heard that fucking album.
that it was good, but it was like that was the hip hop flabbergastion and shit like that too. Like,
Um, I love Love and Life, Mary J, but it wasn't a classic. I liked the album, but it wasn't a classic. Um, Khalees album, Tasty. The best song on there is Milkshake. That's why if anybody bought that album, it was for Milkshake. It wasn't even for the other songs.
now you're kind of teetering. You're kind of
I'm
teetering.
saying this. I'm looking at the shit that came out in 03. I told you '03 wasn't a strong year. Beyonce and Alicia Keys and Chocolate Factory, probably the best three albums of '03.
I was
When it
throwing
comes to
body,
albums.
body kiss, body kiss.
I gotta hear Body. I got Body because I ain't played that much though. What was on Body? I know Kells produced it, but
Busted with
what did they
JS.
drop on there though? That was so great.
Busted, the Showdown Volume 1, and What Would You Do Part 2. I like with R. Kelly and Snoop Dogg. I
I don't
mean,
remember none of those songs.
yo, you know what's crazy? That was their first album since The Heat
Just
Is On the
listen.
Peak at #1. Yo, we might have to do a double review on the
Body
Eternal
Kiss.
and Body Kiss next week because
Avant. I didn't listen to Avant album that year.
trash, trash.
Yeah, just listen. Just listen. That's my favorite music album. Jagged Edge album I didn't care for.
Trash. They've always
Bad
been
Boys
trash.
2. Why did they have the Bad Boys 2 soundtrack in R&B? Anthony Hamilton. That was his first album.
Oh yes,
I gotta hear that one. I didn't hear that one.
that's a neo soul classic
Earth, Wind,
right
and Fire dropped the album. I didn't hear that shit. The
there. Dope out,
Promise.
the
You heard
dope
that
out.
one?
Yeah,
Simply Red. Home.
I think they had that song Sunset. Yeah, that has some dope joints on there.
And then Joe. I don't remember shit from that Joe album.
That was okay. Was I?
Kelly Price. I didn't listen to that one.
Yeah, I
You
heard
know.
some of that. I was like,
You know. Isaac Hayes dropped the album. Oh, that's some unofficial shit.
yeah, that's niggas trying to make money off Isaac.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't. They got Neptunes in here. That's definitely not an R&B album.
But that's your group though. Hold on.
It is the Clones, but it's a compilation. It's not an R&B album. They got like maybe two R&B tracks on it. You know, yeah, it wasn't a strong year to me. Macy Gray, I wasn't a fan of her.
She wasn't a quiet taste to me. It was her voice. I
Amy
never.
Winehouse, Frank. We talked about that.
Oh yes,
We talked about the Frank album.
we did. We talked about both Frank
I didn't like.
and
I wasn't a Shantae fan. I didn't like Ashanti.
oh,
Shantae gorgeous, but I don't think she could sing.
and her biopic is coming out tomorrow too. Amy Winehouse.
Right.
But yo, that Frank album is so underrated. Niggas don't even talk about that album like that.
Ruben Studdard. You a fan of Ruben Studdard?
He's a good singer, but I didn't really care. I didn't really care for his music like that. He was alright. I was just
Michelle had an album out. I didn't listen to it.
I was just grateful Ruben succeeded. A black man beating a
Whitney
white
had a
man.
holiday album out. I didn't hear that. I didn't half of this shit. I didn't hear though. Like I was like deep in my fucking mixtape bag at this time. Dipset, G Unit, State Property, D Block. I wasn't. It wasn't too many. If you wasn't Alicia Keys or Kells, I wasn't really bumping on me like that at the time. It was just a lot of bullshit that was out. And then you had like these one hit motherfuckers like Olivia out. You know,
City High.
Nivea was out. The Dream. I didn't listen to none of these motherfuckers.
Yo, the dream was dope. Watch your mouth. Hold up.
I don't like him. No, I'm talking about the other Dream, the white girl group on Bad Boy.
Oh no. Oh, I thought you. Yeah,
Nah,
fuck
no,
that.
I wasn't a fan of both, so it really don't matter.
Come on,
Wasn't a fan.
falsetto. That whole like,
Was not a fan. Nah, yeah,
shorty is a 10. Come
nah,
on,
not my thing. I was not a fan of him.
I
Um,
love you, girl.
no, no.
Yeah, before he was really Beyonce's main songwriter,
T
man. Drake,
Pain wasn't T Pain out, or was that later?
he came out '05.
Oh, I didn't like him either.
I'm
Yeah,
in
it was
love.
just like a lot of motherfuckers using auto tunes and shit. I was like, oh god,
So
what's
Fugazi
happening to
shit.
R&B, man? No, nope, not a fan. Yeah, it wasn't too much R&B I was bumping at this song. Yo.
Right.
I could probably count how many albums I actually bought, like Alicia Keys, Beyonce, Khalees, Mary, um, the Isley Brothers joint. I don't know why they got Outkast on here. I mean, Speaker Box is not an R&B album, so why is that on here?
It did have some funkiness to it too, but
Big
it's
Boy don't
straight.
sing. So Big Boy doesn't sing. He didn't sing on that album.
I mean, like songs like "The Way You Move."
I
I'm
mean,
just
if
saying,
anything, they just put the Love Below on it. So I mean, so it's only about like maybe 5 albums I have on this shit that I
I
actually
like the
bought.
way you move. Da,
I
da.
actually bought. You know what I'm
That's not
saying?
right though. Hold up.
Just put the Love Below on it. Love Below was better than half of this shit on here. Erykah Badu album I need to get. I never bought Worldwide Underground. That's the fire album. And Charlie Factory, I don't know why I never bought that. I just never bought it. But Monica album was dope. The record label never sent that to me.
Ooh.
But everything else I could skip. Like Blackstreet album was terrible.
Yeah, I definitely want to do a top R&B albums. Oh,
Akon, not a fan of Akon. Never liked him.
see, Akon is one of those artists. I can't even just classify him as R&B, but I just can't classify him as hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't hip hop. He did a lot of hip hop collabs.
He was just his own entity, to be real.
Like T Pain.
T-Pain was just
I don't
R.
even call that shit like. See, I grew up on singers. I don't know what people call singing in '03. Like, I don't look at Akon and T Pain and be like, yo, that's singing. You know what I'm saying? Like when you come in my household, I was playing Aretha Franklin and fucking Luther Vandross. That was singing to me.
Wait a minute. Dance, how can we forget "Dance with My Father" by Luther? How can we forget about that?
That ain't on the list. That ain't even on here.
How the
But
fuck is that on the list?
They got fucking Ashanti Christmas album. Like what?
You mean to tell me that they didn't recognize "Dance with My Father" by
Nah,
Luther?
it ain't on the list. It's not on here, bro. I'm looking at the list now. They got fucking Lumi D on here. She wasn't R&B.
I'm flabbergasted right now. I'm just flabbergasted.
They got. I don't know why they got Chingy and Bubba Sparks on here. They're not R&B.
Okay, let's change the subject because now
You
you
wanted to
mentioned
do '03. You picked one of the worst years.
no
of R&B.
you mentioned Chingy. I don't want to talk about Chingy, but I
Yo,
do want to talk
the
about.
nigga on the list. They got Chingy Jackpot on the list.
Let's
And they got
we want
Bubba
to.
Sparks Deliverance on the list.
You know what? We want to teach motherfuckers the true meaning of R&B in '03.
Blue Cantrell had one fucking hit. I don't know why she's on here.
But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna end this off right here and shit. Cause I gotta get ready to do some shit. But other than that, this has been.
T-Pain's not a legend. Not for me. Not for me. He just did a lot of collabs.
Anyway, so tomorrow at 7 o'clock we're gonna do a little discussion on the best produced hip hop diss tracks and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna teach y'all motherfuckers a little something about beats and drums and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I'm gonna say for right now. You got anything to say to head out?
Nope.
All right. The Worldwide Underground album. You can easily find this, depending on where you're at. But I think this album is actually out of print.
Yep.
If you can find it, must have in your collection.
Out of print.
Other than that, appreciate this try as usual, and I'll see y'all niggas later. Peace.